does it kind of like, I mean, I know obviously you weren't alive when probably that music came out.
No.
It's interesting because, people who weren't around when vinyls were really popular in this country are into it, It's a really interesting trend because they weren't there for it,
I think that, looking at like my parents' record collection, I think, although it sounds corny, I think it kind of brings you to their youth. Like I remember like taking out like an Emerson, Lake and Palmer record, and I was into it because I just think the music's just pretty awesome. My mom says to me, she's like, that was my first concert. I was 17, and I feel like I kind of understood her better through that moment. Although that seems kind of corny and cliche, I think that it is a connection to the past. I'm a history teacher. I do think that there are remnants of the past that kids still want to hold on to. I think in today's age that is lost, and that is so valuable to hold on to those kind of things.
I was going to say nostalgia is a big reason why vinyls are kind of back.
Definitely like the idea of the past in many ways, that nostalgia kind of feel is definitely something that unfortunately I think it kind of makes vinyl collections seem too hip. Like people use the word hipster very loosely today.
Right.
And they refer to like people who have these vinyl collections as like kind of snobbish, which I don't think it is. I think that it's anything but doing it for a reason to say you have it. I couldn't imagine, I don't know anybody who collects anything, who has a collection of stamps or a collection of baseball cards or a collection of records and says, I'm doing this so I can look cool.
So you don't see that narcissistic angle, because that's something that a lot of people think is behind this resurgence. It's so they can so they can have people talking about them and that kind of thing, and create this image for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. I think that when older generations, like the baby boomers, look upon millennials, I think they see, social media in all its glory, and they view it as kind of foolish because they know, because they're wiser, that it doesn't mean anything. It's just kind of you as a child, let's say it's my parents, viewing me as just going through the motions and not really holding on to things that are important, because it's so ubiquitous. You just post things and post things and post things. I think what makes this a lot different is maybe it is narcissistic to have a collection of anything and show it off.
Right.
But the difference is that this is a lot more genuine, and it's something that you can express to people, something you really care about, which is a lot different than a Facebook post.
Yeah.
That's something that you don't hold on to. Maybe kids do, but I do feel that when they have a collection of something, or if they're into film or into music, those kind of, like I said, remnants of the past mean something totally different, and it connects them in a way that's totally different.